Hey guys, welcome to my video. This is my BUSA2020 assignment 2. I am Naikalge Kaushal Abhishek De Silva, and I'm about to talk about profit modeling and break-even analysis using real-world data, which I gathered from the course group. I will be using Excel to demonstrate in real time how to calculate the profit and show break-even using graphs and what-if analysis. Firstly, I'll use the Word document to give a little introduction actually, and tell you guys about the assumptions that I've taken. Alright, let's get started. First, we'll go to our Word document. Right. So, what really is break-even and what is it about? Break-even is the level of output at which total revenue is equal to the total costs, meaning the business would make neither a profit nor a loss. Break-even point is calculated using this formula over here, fixed cost over selling price per unit minus the variable cost, which can also be written as fixed cost over contribution margin. And so this graph is what it's really all about, where the yellow curve and the blue curve meet. So the yellow curve would be the total cost curve as it starts not at zero, so that means that's where the fixed cost is. And the blue line is the total revenue line as it's beneath, showing a loss at first, and after the break-even point where it makes a profit. And total cost, as you know, is the addition of both fixed cost and total variable cost. And total variable cost, you can easily find variable cost per unit into the number of units sold. Total revenue would be the selling price per unit into the output sold, and profit would be total revenue minus total cost. So moving on, from my data, I had to make a few assumptions because as a course is a big group and they sell a lot of products, I chose a loaf of bread, a simple loaf of bread, so I had to come up with selling price and figure out how to calculate the variable price just for a loaf of bread, sorry, and the fixed cost. So selling price I got through checking out their online website and many other but mainly their online website because it's from the course group, and I was able to come up with $3. For variable cost I used their report, the annual report of 2025, and I got their GP margin, which is 23.5%. So I used my assumed selling price, $3, and I multiplied that by 23.5%, and I got 0.70, which is their contribution margin. So in order to find the variable cost, we're basically using this equation here. So we know it's 3. So 3 minus 0.70 would be our variable cost, which is 2.30. And fixed cost was just from the course group annual report. And now we can get started to the live demonstration. Next. Alright, so these are all the variables we need to calculate our profit. And yeah, profit, and then we can use this to find our break-even point. So let's start. First we'll go with 0, then straight to 500,000, then 1 million. Yep, let me just drag this down, make our lives easier. 20, yep, $3, just drag this down. Then total revenue would be selling price into the units sold. There we go. Goods increases, variable cost would be, as I calculated earlier, 2.0. Total variable cost would be this into the output. So it basically changes with the output. Fixed cost would be the same. I had it written down in this sheet. This would be important for our goal seek part, where we get our exact amount, exact output, but we'll get back to that later. Alright, now total cost. Total cost is just the addition of both of these. Yep. And profit would be the total revenue minus the total cost. I added a conditional formatting here. Yep. So you can easily see where, no, that you can easily see that at the start they make a loss up until over here between 84,000 to 266,000. So it'll be between 14 million and 14.5 million where Coles would break even for selling loaves of bread. So we can also show this in the graph. Let me make that for you guys. Let me select total revenue, control, total cost. Yep. Insert direct line. Yep. So this would be our break-even chart, where you can see it's over here. So since I only did up until 20 million units, it only shows a small area of profit, and this whole area would be our loss since the total cost curve is higher. And this is our break-even point, somewhere over here, which would be between 14 million and 14.5 million loaves of bread. But we need to find out our exact amount of output. So in order to do that, we can use Excel's what if analysis, which is very useful for financial planning, I would say. So we could start up with that. So for that, we just need our selling price, the variable cost and the fixed cost, our profit, and the number of units. So let's put our equation. Oh wait, first let's put some example units, 100. And now let's put the equation again for profit. So from brackets, total revenue, which is selling price into output minus total costs. We'll have to calculate total variable costs first. So that'll be variable costs into this plus this. Yep. So now we would, in order to break even, it means profit is 0, right? So we use this tool. This tool will easily tell us how to do it. So here, set sell profit to 0 by changing the number of units since we are calculating break even. Alright, let's try this out. It'll come. There we go. It says it is at 40 million or 120,000 loaves of bread. So yeah, and it is between these two, so it's correct. So this shows the importance of goal seek and how useful it is for companies where, for example, if they're building up a new product or deciding to sell something new, they would need to know how many units they need. And it's important to plan for the future as well. So now let's go back to my presentation. And these are the insights that I got, where I discussed this was the exact number of units to break even, the profit, the exact break even point, and the beginning part is the loss. And this was taken for more units. We only did up until 20,000. And to end up, this was my references where I got everything from the course group annual report for this year. And the selling price data was from the online website, and I calculated my own average. So yeah, thank you. That was my video, and hope you guys learned something about profit modeling and break-even analysis.